Welcome to the Innovation World Young Collaborator podcast series. My name is Maxwell Miller. I am 10 years old and from the United States of America. And this is
Aaron Bothra. I'm 15 years old and a junior in high school. I live in Oswego, Illinois, in the United States of America. We're delighted to be attending the People of Play Young Inventor Challenge in Illinois, in the United States of America, where we're interviewing young inventors, educators, and sponsors. Our guest for this podcast is a judge of the Young Inventors Challenge and an educator, and we're super excited to ask you a few questions. So, could you tell us a little bit more about what you do as an educator and how you support student inventors?
Sure. Hi, I'm so happy to be here. My name's Genna Rosenberg from GennComm. I'm one of the judges for the Young Inventor Challenge. And I'm also, you said it, teaching young people about careers in the toy industry and also specifically that intersect social impact. So teaching them that they can have a really fun career working in this field and also change the whole entire world through their work and play.
That's amazing. And can you tell us a little bit more about what inspired you to become an educator?
Well, I have been working in the toy industry for over 30 years, and I'm asked to speak a lot at Career Day at schools. And I also mentor through multiple different organizations. And the process of speaking to young people was really inspiring to me. And so I developed a class that I teach now at the University of Maryland.
what challenges have you faced and what has been the most rewarding part of your career?
Well, there have been a lot of changes in our economy and what happened with the pandemic. All of these things really changed the way that kids and families play and interact with each other. And so they have inspired a lot of really wonderful things to happen in the toy industry as a result of that.
What piece of advice do you have for student innovators or aspiring educators?
Well, I think they're off to a great start by really getting going, putting their inventions and ideas together in such a formal way with the Student Inventor Challenge. It's really impressive. And I think that if they should just keep with it, really listen to feedback from the industry experts who want to see them succeed and they really want to see their products brought to market. So they have a lot of important advice to give them. And I think they should just be really open to seeing it positively and taking it to heart and then continuing to evolve their innovations because a lot of times the first idea that people have in life about anything might not be the big idea. It might be the second iteration of it or that's really the big idea. And so a lot of times I have found that what I thought was going to be the invention that we were working on, it really morphed into something else with every meeting that we had.
Yeah, that's amazing advice. I think being open to criticism, constructive criticism, and advice is really good, and always continuing to improve your invention. I love that. And what you do as an educator is very important. It's the backbone of all of our innovators for the future generation. So I'm feeling really inspired today. Could you tell us a little bit more about what you're doing as a judge here at the Student Inventor Challenge and what you're looking forward to today?
Sure. Well, I've already had a preview of probably almost 20 of the inventions. And we're looking at them from a variety of different standpoints, including innovation, the format of their prototype, the way that they articulate what the specialness of their invention is. And so now we're going to see it live in action from the innovators themselves as they explain to us what their purpose was, what they hope to achieve, what the competitive landscape is for their particular invention. And it's going to be great practice for them doing this public speaking and, um, really needing to convey their passion.
Yeah, for sure. Because from the podcast that we've done so far, the inventions have just looked amazing, and these kids are really well spoken at such a young age. So I'm really glad that you're supporting them as a judge, and I'm sure you're gonna have a great time.
Thank you.
As you were saying, the morphing of innovations, um, well, sometimes it can be a bad thing if it turns into a completely different project and you can't accomplish the goal you had before. A lot of times, it isn't accomplishing the goal better than the original idea would. And assists in helping the problem or making a fun game that wouldn't originally have existed.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I guess one example that I'm thinking of is my company invented a technology. And so we created squishy plush toys. So we have 4 patents that utilize memory foam inside of plush stuffed animals. And so along the way, we have uncovered, and revealed many different ways to utilize memory foam and plush toys. And so sometimes you might have a finite game, but you can still evolve the rules of the game pieces, the board, and it still might be the same game. And other times you might have a technology and people can utilize the technology in different ways. So that was a great question.
Is there anything more you would want to add on?
I just want to, and I think my most important advice for young people is think about what you love and then think about what you're good at. And then if you can combine and find a job that combines the thing that you love with the thing that you're good at, you could really have such an exciting, fulfilling career instead of just a job. And I don't think everyone thinks of it that way. They think, "Oh, you can do anything, you can be anything." But if you also think about maybe you love action figures, but maybe you're really good at math, you could work in the accounting department at a toy company. You don't have to be the one who's actually making the action figures. So I just want to encourage people to think about careers in the toy industry. It's a $38 billion industry with over 1,000 companies. So there's lots of different jobs and there's lots of different types of jobs and lots of places people can work. And just keep on shining.
I don't remember where I heard this, but I've heard somewhere that there's like over 5,000 different toy companies or companies that develop toys.
Well, from what I understand, there's about 1,000 companies in the United States that are members of the Toy Association. So there might be more than 1,000 companies, but that might not be members. But most of the companies are members, and so I think the number might be about 1,000 in the U.S. But certainly worldwide, that number is much bigger. So you're probably right.
Well, thank you for joining us on this episode of the Innovation World Young Collaborator podcast series. You can listen to this episode and others at www.innovationworld.org. Thank you for listening. Bye.
Hi, thank you.